Madrid in the 1700s was a city of sudden power and constant strain. It was no longer a provincial court town. By the early 18th century, it had become the political heart of a global empire, ruling lands across Europe, the Americas, and Asia. Its population hovered around 150,000 people. Dense for its time, packed behind walls, and shaped by royal decisions made only streets away. In this video, I use modern AI tools to bring historic paintings, engravings, and prints to life, allowing us to shift perspective, change camera angles, and move through the same scenes in ways their original artists never could. We can step into the streets, drift above rooftops, and look past the limits of a single frozen image. First, I want to talk about the place where all roads, messages, and crowds seem to meet. This view shows Puerta del Sol in the early 1700s. Still half gateway, half open square. By the beginning of the century, it had already lost most of its defensive role, but it remained a symbolic entrance to the city. The ground is uneven. Buildings lean inward. Balconies hang above the street, like watching eyes. In the foreground, messengers arrive on horseback. In the midground, vendors sell paper, fruit, and cheap food. Bells ring from nearby churches. You hear footsteps, shouting, and the scrape of carts over stone. This is where news spreads first. Royal decrees, executions, wars. Crowds here could turn restless. Food shortages were common. In 1766, this area felt the tension of the Esquilache Riots, when citizens protested clothing laws and rising prices. Soldiers appeared. Shops closed their shutters. Puerta del Sol mattered because it was Madrid's nerve center. By the late 1700s, reform smoothed its shape and improved order. Today, it remains the city's symbolic heart. Still crowded, still loud, still alive. This view shows the western edge of Madrid, where the old Royal Alcázar once stood. By 1700, it was already aging, dark, and irregular. It sat above the Manzanares River, dominating the skyline. Palace grounds, smell of smoke from kitchens and tallow candles. Courtiers move carefully. Guards stand rigid. Inside, tapestries struggle to hold warmth in winter. This is where King Charles II died in 1700, triggering the War of the Spanish Succession. In 1734, disaster struck. A fire burned for days, destroying the Alcázar and much of its art. Madrid watched from below, helpless. That destruction led to change. By 1738, construction began on the new Royal Palace under Philip V. Today, the Palacio Real still stands. On this site, larger, brighter, and deliberately permanent. This view shows Plaza Mayor in full daylight. By the 1700s, it was Madrid's grand stage. A perfect rectangle of red facades and arcades, rebuilt after earlier fires. The square smells of meat, hay, and sweat. In the foreground, merchants sell cloth and grain. In the background, balconies fill with spectators. This place hosted markets, festivals, and public executions. Danger was never far. Fires had destroyed the plaza multiple times. Most recently in 1790, crowds could turn deadly during panic or punishment. Plaza Mayor mattered as a symbol of royal authority over the public. After the 1790 fire, it was rebuilt with fewer floors and safer materials. Today, it remains one of Madrid's most recognizable spaces. This view shows the Manzanares River, narrow and unreliable. By the 1700s, it barely deserved the title of river, yet it shaped the city's western edge. Washerwomen kneel at the banks. Livestock drink from shallow pools. The smell is earthy, sometimes foul. Bridges creak under carts heading into the city. Flooding was rare but dangerous. Disease lingered in stagnant water. Still, The river mattered as a boundary and a resource. Later improvements reshaped its banks. Today, landscaped paths and bridges trace the same route, though the river itself remains modest. This view shows Calle de Alcalá stretching eastward. By the mid-1700s, it had become one of Madrid's most important streets. Carriages roll past convent walls. Shops sell gloves, books, and imported goods. The air carries dust and perfume. Traffic jams were common. Horses slipped. Pickpockets worked. The crowds. Yet this street connected the city to the outside world. It mattered because it linked Madrid to royal leisure grounds and new monuments. By 1778, the Puerta del Alcalá rose nearby. Today, Calle de Alcalá still follows the same path, busier than ever. This view shows the Buen Retiro complex east of the city. By the 1700s, it was already fading from its 17th century glory. Gardens stretch wide, fountains sparkle, court musicians rehearse. The smell of orange trees fills the air, but maintenance was costly. Buildings decayed. By the Napoleonic invasion in 1808, much of the complex was destroyed. What survived became public space. Today, El Retiro Park is one of Madrid's most beloved places. Open to all. This view shows a crowded neighborhood market. By the 1700s, most Madrilegos lived close to poverty. Vendors shout prices. Bread is weighed carefully. Fish arrives salted from the coast. The smell is sharp and heavy. Hunger caused unrest. Price controls were strict. Riots were never far away. These markets mattered because they fed the city. Modern supermarkets replaced them, but open markets still echo this tradition. This view shows a hospital courtyard, likely the General Hospital. By the 1700s, medicine was limited and fear was constant. Patients lie on straw beds. Bells signal deaths. The air smells of vinegar and illness. Epidemics shaped the city's rhythms. Still, these institutions mattered as early public health efforts. Today, modern hospitals stand on new principles, but their roots trace back here. This view shows the new Royal Palace under construction in the mid-1700s. Stone by stone, a statement of power emerges. Workers haul granite. Architects oversee symmetry. This palace was meant to rival Versailles. It mattered as a symbol of Bourbon stability. Today, it remains one of Europe's largest royal palaces. This view shows Madrid at dusk near the end of the century. Oil lamps flicker. Church bells echo. The city is calmer, but fragile. Wars, reforms, and revolutions lie ahead. Yet remarkably, much of this city survives. Streets, plazas, and landmarks still follow the same lines. When we use AI to step into these images, the past feels close, almost reachable. If there's another city, moment, or scene you'd like to see reconstructed, let me know in the comments. Again, thank you so much.